Good morning, everybody. It is a cold, cold day at the Hyatt house, but we have got a fun new project. We are getting ready to start building the hood that's gonna go right here. The insert for the hood just arrived. We're unboxing that, and we're gonna frame this out and hang the hood. We're in the kitchen, obviously, and we're working on our hood up here. So we started by cutting the side pieces. It's tricky to figure out exactly this angle and how much you want. I hope I feel good about this one. It's hard to know until it's really put together, but there's the sides. This is gonna be the front. There's the hood that's going inside there. So the next thing is to build the frame that's gonna hold all of this. All right, so the frame is coming together. We're putting that front panel on. We're gonna make the shell, get the shell up there, and then figure out how to do the guts. All right. I'm still not convinced I love it. It's very tall, but it would look random if it didn't go all the way to the top of the windows. But we are mounting it to the wall. So we'll see. Okay, so now we have built the guts that are gonna sit inside of the shell that goes around it. And then our Vena hood right there is gonna sit up inside here. Now, we can't go any further because we are waiting for our electricians to come and convert that wire into a receptacle so that we can plug it in. So we've got the guts on the wall, we've got the shell sitting here ready to go, and now we're just waiting for our electricians who hopefully will be here soon. I have fantastic news. All of this quartz behind me, it's going in the Hyatt house. So we are ready to install some countertops. They're just sitting there. They're not installed yet, but the first two pieces are in place. Oh, they look so good. They're a little whiter than the sample, but when I took that sample, I knew that those samples were a little bit yellower than what it was gonna be. But gosh, it just made those two little pieces look so much bigger. Let's hope the whole kitchen looks bigger. To just see how that backsplash tile, this is the backsplash tile. They're the same finish, two different sizes. I had to see how it was gonna look, and oh my goodness, I love it. It's taking all hands on deck to make it work, but the pieces are going in. And it looks so good. Remember that little dead corner back there? It's getting really tricky. We trying to figure out how to get in there. We loosened up this refrigerator panel so that it would budge just a little bit over. Everybody at home, cross your fingers. All right, we need just a little bit of room. We're trimming down the trim. If we have to, we'll pop that window trim off, but we really don't want to do that. Okay, it's in there. It's not quite as close to the wall as it's supposed to be, so we're probably gonna have to cut that sheetrock just a little bit, but it's in there, and we didn't have to take the window trim off. Geo is in the sink because there was a board in the back of the cabinet that was bumping up to our faucets. So we took that board out so that we can actually have faucets with our sink. Aha, there you can see it go in there. All right, I don't even know what this contraption is, but it is cool. We're all watching because it's cool. And it's basically sucking the two pieces together to make a really, really tight seam. So there's a motor down here. It takes a cool tool to stop everybody from working to watch. So you can see he's running a razor blade across it to make sure that the two pieces are flush. That's cool. The kitchen countertops are in. The sink is in too, but the tops are in. And I'll tell you what, I wish I had this much counter space in my house. Counter space for days. These little things worked out well. We've got a little bridge. Our range is going to slide in here. You've got these little drop downs that I was a little bit concerned about, but they look so good. I love the way these corners turned out. And then all this counter space. And of course you could have counter stools over there. And then that still leaves you half the room to do a dining breakfast area. It can be a sitting room. If it were mine, I would do a sitting room. I love it. I love it so, so much. We are really getting down to the little bitty projects like this one. Jesus is working on the old circuit or fuse box. That would have been when they first added electricity to the house. They put that fuse box right there. And of course we saved the door, we framed around it. But now we're trying to get it put back together so that it looks pretty. So while Jesus works on that old breaker box or fuse box, one of the last projects that we have taken on is working on all of the trim details on this little closet under the stairs and how it works with this window. So we just put this piece on. You could see that sheetrock. You could see the edge of that sheetrock. You see a little bit there. So we're gonna put a trim piece here to go with this. We had to add a little trim here. We're gonna add a little bit there. We also got some of our old baseboard in there and got that door trimmed out. Cute little closet. So Gio's working on that while Jesus is working directly above him. All right, so our old fuse box is finished. We trimmed it out. We're gonna do something to make the inside a little bit prettier. We got to prime this and paint it. There was nothing special about this knob, so I got a new knob to go here. We are going to keep these old hinges, but we're going to put a coat of paint on those. So there's another little project complete. Right. I'm going to raise up this window so you guys can see it's all trimmed out. I got a piece there. We've got this little scalloped piece there. And this little closet is complete. Now, what would you store in that little closet? Let me know. So we are under the stairs. It's not very exciting, but we did get the rod ready to go. We ran out of shelving boards. So once again, I'm making a Lowe's run. We're gonna have a rod and a shelf there, and then we're gonna do a couple shelves here. That's actually our heating and cooling return box is in there. So it already kind of creates a shelf. So we got our flooring down in here. There were hardwoods in here, but they were super beat up. So we decided to just tile over those. And this little closet and that little closet are done. So it feels like we're finishing up the week the same way we started it, which is cold and wet. We are wrapping up another good day. You see these guys packing up back there. All the things that we're doing are little tiny details, but they are making a big, big difference. So come back next week, see what else is happening at the Hyatt house.